and welcome back to the Loopy Homestead. And this is part 2 of the Abundance of Apples episode, where we are processing apples, applesauce, apple pie filling, apple dehydrated peels, and all things apple. Let's have fun. Guys, so I'm getting ready to make our apple pie filling. We need a few things for that. In addition to the apples, we're gonna need some sugar for sweetness, some cinnamon and nutmeg for flavor, and then I need clear gel in order to thicken it. You don't want to use cornstarch when you're canning because it just doesn't work out well for that process. So I've got clear gel powder, but I am using the cook type that is necessary for this. It's what's going to replace the cornstarch. So I have 7.5 cups of water already in this pan, and I'll be filling this pan and bringing it to a boil so I can blanch the apples for the apple pie filling. Okay, so I have the main mix for my apple pie filling ready here. It's nice and thick, and we're getting ready to blanch the apples so we can mix the two together. Okay, so we're going to blanch these for 1 minute. We're going to add our next batch of apples to them right away so we can do everything at once. Alrighty, so 1 minute on the clock. We might go slightly less since these apples are already a little softer, and then they'll be good to go. Guys, so with my sauce done, my apples are blanched. I'm going to put them into this pan here, mix the two up, get my hot jars out of the canner, and get ready to start the canning process. Alright guys, we're just going to get our quart jars warming for our apple pie filling. I'm just going to get them right in, shove them down in the water. We'll let those stay warm till we're ready to pull them out. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to can my apple pie filling. I'm going to get my jars out of here. They require me to leave about 1 inch of headspace, which again is kind of that really wide lip at the top of the jar. After that, we'll get them back in the canner. Once again, also making sure I get most of the bubbles out from the inside. Don't forget to wipe off the rim. Get our lid on. Once again, fingertip tight. And back in the canner it goes. So I've got my last jar of apple pie filling going in. Just like with the applesauce, we will wait for this to hit a rolling boil. Once it has, we'll process for 25 minutes and then we're done. So my apple pie filling is done. It's ready to come out of the canner. The family's getting ready to eat some dinner. So we'll be back once that's all done.
Look at that. 7 beautiful jars of apple pie filling, ready to use when we need them. They're also sitting next to our jars of applesauce and a bunch of the chicken stock we still haven't put away yet.
So guys, I wanted to show you one more thing we did with our abundance of apples. We had so much mash left over from making the applesauce with our saucer, peels that we had taken off cores, that what I decided to do was give them a really good cook in a big pot, take them out, strain down all the juice, add a little sugar, and we've made some pretty delicious homemade apple juice. I'm really excited to have that. I don't think necessarily that we have enough to can, but it'll at least be something that we can enjoy around here. I'm gonna ladle it out and put it into a pretty special pitcher of mine. This was something I inherited from my grandmother on my father's side. There are very few things that I remember, but I remember her having this. So when they passed away, this was the thing I asked for, and I love using it. Every time I use it, I think of them. The interesting thing, because of adding the peels into this and the fact that our apples were red, our apple juice is kind of a pinkish red color, which is obviously very different compared to store-bought stuff. So here it is. My pitcher of apple juice. I am so glad that while we were making this, I realized that we could use scraps to make something else. And I gotta tell you, it's really good and it was well worth the extra bit of work. Perfect.
Thanks for joining us back on the Loopy Homestead. If you'd like to stay in the loop, please subscribe to our videos. And if you'd like to help us find more looplings like you, please like and share them. See you next time.
And with my apples, I will have to branch them briefly.